Well, good evening, everyone. Trevor the Aviator here, and tonight I am very happy to announce with you guys that I got another trip report coming for you guys. So currently I am on a little fall break from my school, which happens every October. And for this trip, I am actually going to be taking you guys down to Atlanta, Georgia. So this is actually my first trip that I am going to be taking since being back from Europe from over the summer, and I am very excited to be able to start flying again and seeing other airports and doing some plane spotting. For this trip in particular, I am going to be flying on Southwest Airlines for this leg of the trip. And I have a very early morning departure. So in a few moments, I'm actually going to finish up packing, and I will see you guys when I get to the airport. Well, good morning to you guys from here at Chicago Midway, and it is currently just about 4 in the morning. I actually was able to get quite some sleep last night before coming here, so I feel well rested in that. But anyways, I have just arrived at the airport. It's actually not that busy right now, but I'm gonna do a little bit of walking around, and then I'm gonna head my way towards security very shortly. With being at Chicago Midway at 4:30 in the morning, it was definitely pretty dead overall in terms of it being busy. So with that, any lines and such when it came to security was literally a breeze. With that happening, after going through security, I ended up going around the airport and doing some walking around in that. And unfortunately, in terms of plane spotting, there wasn't really a whole lot of action going on. But however, though, there's actually a surprise that will be in this video, and I actually am having a special friend of mine that is going to be joining me in this video. So actually, one thing that is going to be different between other trips is that this trip I'm actually joined by a special friend of mine. And everyone, I would like you to introduce you to my friend Jack, who goes by Capricure on Instagram. So Jack, if you can go ahead and explain a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name's Jack. I'm an aircraft mechanic. I'm just joining Trevor on this flight because I get to non-rev travel, and why not? Why not hang out with good friends?
Yes, exactly. So he was able to find a non-rev deal a few days ago, and with that he is joining me for a day of plane spotting later on in the day down in Atlanta. So very excited for this, and he is joining with me on this flight for this morning. So
and potentially some bus spotting.
And some bus spotting as well, and maybe everything in between. So that'll be determined in a future video, but we're gonna get settled in, and then we're gonna get ready to board our flight here very shortly. So as we were waiting for our aircraft, me and Jack were looking around the airport to see if there was any place that was open. However, though, unfortunately, there was nothing at the time. So with that, we just went back to our gate, where for this morning's flight, we will be departing from gate B1, where very shortly we will be getting on board and flying on the Boeing 737 down to Atlanta. off early from Chicago Midway, it was very cool still being able to see the airport as well as the surrounding area still while it is nighttime, as we ended up taking off before sunrise ended up occurring. So with that for a little bit, we ended up having lights in that just down on the ground and that we ended up seeing. So with that, for like the first 30 minutes or so with the flight, it was actually completely dark for the most part. As far as the seat goes for this morning's flight, it actually was not that bad being in this seat. It was pretty standard though, so there was really nothing too special regarding that. However though, the tray table was actually a pretty decent size overall. So it was actually nice on that one to have like a quick drink or something like that. I also as well decided to take a little look at the safety manual and ended up seeing what that had to offer, as outside of the window it was starting to become the end of nighttime and we slowly started seeing the sun starting to be able to rise from in the east as we are heading directly south with this flight. And for this morning, Southwest ended up providing us with a drink and also a snack as well for the flight, which for this morning I ended up having a cup of orange juice followed by some pretzels as well. With that, as I was continuing to look out of the window and such. But with it being just a little bit cloudy for the time being, I'm actually gonna head my way to the bathroom and give you guys a little bit of what the bathroom is like on this Southwest 737. Okay, so this here is the bathroom in the flight. So compared to British Airways, I will say this is actually a lot smaller. But I'll say this is actually not a bad size bathroom. So got the sink there. And then you got the toilet here, and I will say this actually is better than what I thought it would be. So, anyways, let's head back to our seat then. And after I got out from being in the bathroom, the sun was really starting to rise at this point. And with that, me and Jack really were starting to look out the window to really make sure that we can see a very good view of the sunrise from outside of the window, as we were over Tennessee when the sunrise ended up occurring. So with that happening, me and Jack are gonna sit back and relax, and we both are going to enjoy seeing the sunrise as we begin to head our way down into Atlanta.
Left a star glowing in your eyes when I'm not aware. You left a scar. I fall into your lies all again. Where'd you go? Let me feel it again. Let me feel it.
Flight from Southwest Airlines to Atlanta. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. Seat back and tray tables in the full upright and locked position, and I'll carry on items completely under the seat in front of me.
With landing in Atlanta, it reminded me as to just how massive this airport is in reality, and I kind of forgot about that a little bit with being at other airports around the United States and Europe, how big this airport is in actuality. But aside from that, though, upon landing, it was still sunrise when we ended up landing after what seemed to be like a very, very quick flight with that happening. But overall, though, my experience as well as Jack's experience on the 737 for Southwest, it was not a bad experience overall with that happening. It was, for the most part, pretty standard for the most part, not anything too big in particular. The seats were overall not bad as well, and I actually was pretty comfortable in it. As far as food and that goes, I did not expect anything too crazy to occur in regards to that, as it was a pretty short flight as well as a early morning one as well. But with that, it was overall a pretty standard experience, I felt, with a Southwest flight. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys stayed around to this long, thank you very much for watching. And if you guys want to support this channel, then go ahead and feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think of the video. Until then, this is Trevor the Aviator and Jack from Capricure on Instagram from Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, where once we get off the plane, we are going to be doing a wonderful day of plane spotting that will be ahead of us with that happening. So with that, we're gonna hop off the airplane, and we will see you guys again very shortly with some amazing plane spotting action from here in Atlanta, Georgia. Until then, bye for now, and we'll see you guys at the airport very shortly.